You've probably seen Cardano pop up somewhere and thought, wait, is that still a thing? Didn't that used to be huge a few years ago? Well, yes and no. Today, we're going to break down what Cardano really is, why it still matters in 2025, and whether it's something worth paying attention to, even if you're brand new to crypto. No hype, no crazy price predictions, just a clear, simple explanation with a few laughs so your brain doesn't melt from all the blockchain talk. Let's jump in. All right, let's start with the basics. Cardano is what we call a blockchain platform, basically a big digital system that lets people send money, build apps, and create smart contracts without a middleman like a bank. Its coin is called ADA, and you can think of it as the fuel that keeps the Cardano engine running. Now, Cardano wasn't made overnight by some anonymous developer with a cartoon avatar. It was created by Charles Hoskinson, who also helped build Ethereum before starting Cardano in 2017. He wanted to build a blockchain that was smarter, safer, and more sustainable than what we already had. So while Bitcoin was like the first version of the internet, slow but revolutionary, Cardano wanted to be the next evolution. Let's call it the Apple of blockchains. Slower to release things, but very polished when they finally arrive. Okay, so what's the big deal? What makes Cardano different from the other 25,000 coins that all claim they're going to change the world? Well, for starters, Cardano is kind of the overachiever of crypto, the one that actually does its homework. Its whole identity is built around science first, hype second. Every upgrade goes through peer-reviewed papers, real academic processes, and formal testing. So while some blockchains are out there launching new features overnight, Cardano's the one writing a 30-page scientific paper about it first. It's like that friend who reads every single Amazon review before buying a phone case. Slow, but you can't deny the dedication. Another big difference is its proof-of-stake system, which makes it one of the more eco-friendly cryptos out there. Instead of massive mining farms guzzling electricity like Bitcoin, Cardano lets ADA holders stake their coins to help keep the network secure and earn passive rewards. You're not burning energy, you're helping the system run smoothly and getting paid a bit of ADA for doing it. Not a bad deal, right? Then there's the two-layer design. It splits regular payments from smart contracts. Think of it like a kitchen and dining room. The kitchen handles all the messy cooking, and the dining room stays clean and fast for serving. This way, things are less chaotic and way more organized. And finally, Cardano actually tries to make a difference in the real world. It's not just about NFTs or meme coins. It's tackling things like digital IDs in Africa, supply chain tracking, and even voting systems. So yeah, it's not just trying to be popular, it's trying to be useful. Now before you fall head over heels for ADA, let's be real for a second. Every project has its flaws, and Cardano is no exception. First off, it's slow. Cardano's whole research-first, test-everything approach is great for stability, but not exactly exciting to watch. Progress sometimes feels like watching paint dry. While other chains are out there breaking things and fixing them later, Cardano is still busy running simulations and writing reports about what might go wrong. Then there's the competition, and it's fierce. Solana, Avalanche, and Ethereum's new Layer 2 networks are all moving fast, launching apps and grabbing attention. So even if Cardano's technology is solid, developers and investors can easily drift toward flashier ecosystems that move at lightning speed. And let's talk about adoption. For a project that's been around since 2017, you'd expect a flood of major apps or games by now. But in reality, it's been more of a slow trickle. Sure, it's improving, the ecosystem is growing, but it hasn't quite lived up to all the hype yet. So yeah, Cardano is kind of like that student who always turns in flawless homework, just usually a day after the deadline. Alright, let's fast forward to the present and see where Cardano stands today. In 2025, Cardano is still very much alive and kicking. Not a ghost chain, not a relic. It's actually evolving faster than most people think. The team's been rolling out some pretty major upgrades, like Hydra, which is designed to make transactions faster and cheaper. There's also Ouroboros Laos. Yeah, It sounds like a Harry Potter spell, but it's actually a new version of Cardano's consensus system that aims to boost performance even more. Right now, there are over 5 million total wallets holding ADA, with about 36 billion coins in circulation out of a total max supply of 45 billion. So don't worry, you're not late to the party. There's still plenty of ADA floating around. The community is still one of the strongest parts of the project, especially when it comes to governance. ADA holders can actually vote on proposals and network updates, which makes Cardano feel like the parliament of crypto. If Bitcoin is the king, strict and silent, Cardano's more like a noisy but democratic government where everyone gets a say. And yes, Charles Hoskinson is still tweeting. But while he's busy stirring up X, the development side keeps quietly growing behind the scenes. New projects, fresh DeFi platforms, all slowly adding real activity to the network. Now comes the million-dollar question. Is Cardano actually a good investment? Well, here's the honest answer. It totally depends on your time horizon and expectations. Cardano's price history is basically a roller coaster chart. It hit an all-time high of over $3 back in 2021, and since then, yeah, it's been a bumpy ride. Big ups, big downs, the usual crypto drama. But remember, the market moves in cycles, and ADA usually dances to Bitcoin's rhythm. When Bitcoin pumps, ADA often follows, and when Bitcoin naps, ADA snoozes too. If you're chasing quick flips or overnight 10x gains, Cardano might test your patience. It's not the coin that moves fast just to make headlines. But if you're thinking long-term, staking and holding could make more sense, because you're not just waiting, you're earning ADA rewards while you wait. And honestly, that's part of the mindset with Cardano. Patience isn't just a virtue. It's basically another form of staking. So, what does the future actually look like for Cardano? Well, if the team keeps pushing forward, especially with upgrades like Hydra and better on-chain governance, ADA could keep growing as one of the more stable, reliable blockchains out there. There's also a lot of buzz around real-world asset tokenization right now, basically bringing things like real estate, art, or even government systems onto the blockchain. And that's exactly where Cardano might shine, because it was designed from day one to handle complex regulated use cases like that. But of course, there are risks. If faster blockchains keep evolving and Cardano doesn't speed up its own innovation, it could start losing attention. Plus, even the most advanced blockchain can't escape market cycles. So yeah, there's definitely potential here, but it's not a guaranteed moonshot. Staying grounded is key. In the end, crypto isn't really about guessing the next coin to explode. It's about understanding the tech, the mission behind it, and how much risk you can actually handle.